This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, October 12th. I'm Tori. I'm here with Jeffrey. How are you, sir?
I feel good.
Good. That's great. Al joins us from home. How are you doing, Al?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm doing good. I'm not freezing. Everything's great.
I was so worried he was going to be frozen when we got to him. All right. Well, first off, right off the bat, you guys are already writing in. We have to give a huge DBL shout out to the LA Lakers. Just me, okay?
Yes.
They beat the Miami Heat last night in Game 6 of the NBA Finals and now are champions for the 17th time. It also happens to be the 4th title win for LeBron James, who was named MVP. Here's what he had to say after the win.
Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect, too.
Of course, Lakers fans went nuts. Thousands gathered outside the Staples Center. At one point, started chanting Kobe. Vanessa Bryant celebrated the win with a post on Instagram saying, "Wish Kobe and Gigi were here to see this." Wow. Now that the season is over, the NBA is also celebrating the success of the bubble. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's this isolation zone that protected the players from COVID-19. Get this, there were 0 virus cases while inside that bubble. They all stayed in Orlando. Am I right, Jeff?
I believe so, yes.
The NBA took other precautions throughout the season, like having fans attend virtually, but the NFL still continues to have quite a few fans attending in person. Several players have tested positive. This is the NFL, which has led to a lot of postponed games. So first off, I want to get to both of you quickly about Kobe and the feeling that he is in heaven looking down on us. Al, how'd you feel about the LA Lakers taking it?
As a diehard Cavs fan, I couldn't have been happier for the Lakers and Laker Nation. They deserve this. Obviously, Kobe has been in our hearts ever since the terrible accident. I can't believe that was this year.
Yeah.
What a year 2020 has been. But you know what? It did provide a little bit of levity in an otherwise very heavy year. So, again, I was happy for the Lakers and happy for LeBron, who, when he said, "I want my respect," what that is that I don't think there's ever been a superstar to sustain this level of greatness for 17, 18 years in a row that is subject to this kind of scrutiny. So I think you heard a little bit of his frustration there. But also, I think they showed the other sports leagues that you can have sports. It just has to be a self-contained bubble. You have to take it serious.
Talk to me about I agree with you, Al. Talk to me about the bubble, Jeff. That's so interesting that the NFL maybe should have learned its lesson from the NBA. Am I right?
And the NHL, which we didn't mention. There were some early on COVID tests in the NBA as well as the NHL. But once they figured it out, the NBA didn't have any. The NHL went over 31,000 in a row without a positive test. So they figured it out. And if they're just following the guidelines that the rest of America knows, why can't we figure it out? That's what I want to understand. I just want to put it out there, Tori. I don't want to start a Monday with politics. But there's a lot of people celebrating without masks on, and we're talking about super spreaders. I'm just putting it out there. We're not going to mention it.
Walking away.
Jeff,
we're not
going to talk about it.
Jeff, speaking about celebrating, did you guys see the guy on the skateboard that was drinking champagne?
Thanks for taking
doing the ocean spray?
I was about to take that. Okay, way to go, Al. So this is, of course, 420 Doggy. And
Dogface.
Dogface. I thought it was Doggy. Excuse me.
I think it's Dogface.
We'll find out for sure.
We're going to get some clarification.
We'll get a producer on it right away. But he, instead of cranberry, of course, ocean spray, he had champagne. I love this guy. I can't get enough of this guy. He is my happy.
You know what? He makes me smile.
He makes me smile.
And like Al said, 2020, what a year. It makes me smile. What's wrong with that?
Amen. All right. Well, if you've turned on the TV today, you've also seen it, the Senate. It's taking on the confirmation hearing of Judge Amy Coney Barrett's nomination to the Supreme Court. So it looks a little different than past hearings. That's her family. You can see that Judge Barrett is wearing a mask. Meantime, Senator Mike Lee, who I need to tell you tested positive for coronavirus 11 days ago, is not wearing a mask. Many senators opted to attend the hearing remotely, including Kamala Harris. Senator Amy Klobuchar gave her opening statements and touched on the rush to get Judge Barrett approved so quickly. Take a look.
To respond to Senator Cruz, this isn't a rush to justice. This is a rush to put in a justice whose views are known and who will have a profound impact on your life. And yes, these policies that the court decides, they matter.
So a lot of interesting visuals. If you guys didn't know, Dianne Feinstein also put up huge billboard pictures of people who might lose their Affordable Care Act. And you had to see I think we have a picture of that, Judge Coney Barrett had to sort of look at that while responding. So it was a really interesting image. Jeff, what did you take just from the mask wearing? Mike Lee tested positive 11 days ago.
Well, Tori, I've been strong on this. And again, it's Monday. I don't want to start off the week diving too far into politics.
Sail into it, yeah.
But, I mean, we just gave a perfect example of how the NBA handled it, how the NHL handled it.
Why can't
and
our
no
Congress?
Positives. Why can't our Congress? They're in a semi-bubble. They're living in Washington, D.C. Why can't they figure this out? And again, there's a lot of people celebrating last night. I'm just going to put it out there. We're not going to talk about it.
Fair to put it out there. Al, I do have to ask you, too. Mike Lee also refused a COVID test. I don't understand how you're allowed in the room and the sergeant at arms doesn't bar you if you haven't taken a negative COVID test right then and there.
Of the federal government that is not.
Because, Tori, you know what? We have rules, but really we all kind of adhere to the rules because that's how we want our society to function. You don't really have to park in a parking space. You can kind of do what you want. You can, I mean, what if everybody decides to break the rules? There's not enough people to enforce them. And so rules are kind of put in place, and we've all decided as a collective that we're going to follow these rules because it makes it safer for everybody. If people aren't, if Mike Lee isn't going to wear a mask, no one's going to tackle him to the ground. You know what's going to happen? It increases the chances of people getting sick. And that's a decision that he made. And unfortunately, this is the example that we're given as for our country.
I don't understand why
you can't have COVID twice.
I'm not quite sure why Adam Silver has more enforcement on this than our own Congress. I think that's a mockery of what's going on in D.C., and I'm sure Jeff agrees, along with a lot of people, I'm sure. All right, let's move on to SNL. I want to get your take on this. Comedian Bill Burr is being criticized for his opening monologue on Saturday Night Live, where he mocked everything from the coronavirus to Gay Pride Month. Oy vey, take a look.
The month of June is Gay Pride Month. That's a little long, don't you think? For a group of people that were never enslaved. Dude, black people were actually enslaved. They get February. They get 28 days of overcast weather. Sun goes down at 4 in the afternoon. Everybody's shivering. Nobody wants to go on the parade.
I'm sorry. Bill also took a swipe at white women. This is what really incited Twitter, if you will, who he says single-handedly hijacked the woke movement. Have a look.
Just to refresh your memory, the woke movement was supposed to be about people of color not getting opportunities, the at-bats that they deserved, finally making that happen. And it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression and stuck themselves at the front of the line.
Oh, good. Okay. A lot of you were offended. We're laughing, but talk to us if you were offended. White women on Twitter lit up right after. Canceled Bill Burr. Al, he's a huge comedian. I opened for him once, and it was like a highlight of my tiny career. What do you think about this? Has comedy gotten canceled?
No. You know why? Because you guys are laughing. The people on Twitter aren't funny. They're there to be serious. They're there to get people fired. They're there to cancel people. But you know who's not there to cancel people? The tens and thousands of people that show up to see Bill Burr. What comedians have to do, especially social commentators, they have to talk about uncomfortable subjects. And as soon as you do, there are bloggers that pay their bills, that pay their house notes by attacking people that talk about real things. Congress people aren't going to talk about it. Athletes, for the most part, will say, oh, we just had a good game. The only people that really dare to talk about social issues are comedians. It makes them fodder for people that have blogs. That's all it is. This is just clickbait.
People say it's like George Carlin, Richard Pryor. Those people were the truth tellers in a time when people didn't want to say it.
I'm so glad George Carlin and Richard Pryor aren't alive today. The bloggers would have nitpicked them apart. Is it time to cancel Richard Pryor? Stop it.
I like your voice for those Twitter people.
That's how every blogger in my mind sounds. I was watching watching the show and I turned on and Bill Burr. Stop it.
Thank you for that nasal take on that. What did you think of it? I laughed really hard. I think comedy got canceled somehow this past year or two.
I don't think so. I think they're trying to. They're trying to. I don't think it's ever going to be canceled. The funny lies somewhere within the truth and the offensive, right? What if that's where the comedy is? And I don't want to speak for Al. We talk about this all the time. Listen, this is freedom of speech. Like it or not, this is freedom of speech. This makes me laugh. I am not offended by whatever Bill Burr said. And if it does help anybody out there, he was speaking of people of color. His wife is of color. I don't know if that helps anybody else, but I needed a laugh like this. I thought Saturday Night Live was great. I love Bill Burr. He's got a great podcast that I listen to. It makes me smile.
It makes me
Why does everybody want to turn my happy face upside down?
Let's all have a smile. Let's all have a smile.
Cancel Jeff smiling.
That's it. He's too smiley. I see too many teeth. Get him off the TV.
Beat it. Al, stick around. Coming up on DBL, it's Columbus Day in a majority of states, but several others have opted out, instead celebrating indigenous people. So should the day be abolished completely? We're sharing your DBL take. And as we go to break, check out our studio. Most of our coworkers, they're working from home. We love you guys. We'll be right back. All right, so today is polarizing for many reasons, but one is because it's Columbus Day. It's been a national holiday for almost a century, but in recent years, there's been a call for the holiday to be abolished since indigenous people were displaced and massacred. So DBL Nation, with more states recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day, I think we're up to about 14 states, should Columbus Day be canceled as a federal holiday? Talking about cancel, I'm going to read your questions and then get Al and Jeff's take. Al, the first one's for you. Randy from Facebook says, why are we so focused on the bad and everything? History is not perfect. However, we should be able to celebrate the story of America and not cancel it. Al, what's your quick take on that?
Well, I'd agree with him that we should be able to celebrate the story of America, but I think we need to be able to celebrate the entire story of America. And no matter how you feel about this country, there's a lot of things that have just gone, just not discussed. You talk about the massacre in Tulsa in 1932. Did anybody sitting on that panel right now, does anybody even know about that? Did you learn about the greatest racial massacre of all time that happened in the 19th century? No one learns about that. There's a lot of things that have happened. We have a very bloody history, but we are here today. But I think we have to discuss all the steps that got here, and we can't just highlight the good parts.
That's totally fair. Jeff, the next comment, is from Jackie from Twitter. Make Indigenous Peoples Day, week or months its own thing. Why associate it with this travesty?
Listen, I said a long time ago that Columbus Day is on its way out. So why not just substitute one for the other? All I want is a day off. You know what I mean? All I want is that insensitive? I'm getting rid of the bad and I'm bringing in the good. That's not insensitive. See, that's what I'm talking about. Comedy lies somewhere right in the middle there.
Schroeder.
Comedy's somewhere right in the middle.
Right.
Jeff, can I get your back real quick and tell you somebody that has your back? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He credits Columbus for doing something that was very important. Obviously, there was a lot of, we're not going to talk about the massacres, but what Columbus did by setting out and bringing a whole new set of genetics to another country, he actually strengthened human beings because he got more genetic crossover. Okay. Almost like, and I'm not trying to be disparaging here, almost like, Tori, you have dogs. Mutts are stronger because they have different kinds of dog in them.
True.
That helps them fight off more and more diseases. Columbus did that by bringing a whole new set of genetics over to the new land.
But
so
he also brought...
Columbus did something very important that no one talks about.
Right, but I don't think he meant to do that, and he brought smallpox and rape and pillaging as well, so I think. All right, so
but
Cindy...
hey, great point, Al, nonetheless. Thanks for getting my back, buddy.
Al. All right, Cindy from Facebook says, I don't get why we have to replace one with the other. People celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Can't people have the option of celebrating how they see fit? Jeff, what do you take on that one?
Oh, it's back to me?
Well, Al just talked about Neil deGrasse. Yeah.
Well, I see it fitting that maybe you should, if you're going to cancel one Italian, maybe substitute another one in there.
So
maybe balance
who would
it
you
out.
put in instead of Columbus?
I don't know. I almost said another one that got canceled.
Mario Batali?
How did you know?
Because I know you, and of course I think,
went
oh my
right
God,
to food.
of course.
I went right to food.
Interesting.
Maybe Gianna De Laurentiis, how about that? We put her in there?
She's wonderful. I love her.
Everyone loves her.
All right, Kyla from Facebook. Al, this is for you. Says people are more woke now. If you're not for this change, I'm sorry to say this, but you support racism. Interesting. Talk to me, Al.
Tori, I think that it's easy to look at that on the surface, but if you want to get a little deeper, and I'm sure we got 20 seconds to do this, I think when people hear about things being canceled that they grew up on, they take it as a personal attack.
Al. Yes.
They see it as like you're canceling something that I grew up with.
Yes.
What are you saying? Something's wrong with me? My mother helped me get dressed and celebrate this day. You're saying something's wrong with me? So we have to remove the I and understand the why.
I totally agree with you. Also, the man got lost. Let's just call it what it is. Happy National Indigenous Day. That's how I feel. Coming up on DBL, our medical expert, Dr. Pyle Coley, is tackling the latest COVID headlines, including a disturbing story about people who want to get infected. Ugh, that's coming up next.
Fit score and get your answer.
Welcome back to DBL. As usual,
I thought it was a one-shot.
Yep, you were on your phone. Rude. All right, as usual, there's a lot of COVID-19 info to wade through, and we're here to help make sense of it all. Our medical expert, Dr. Coney, good to see you. She joins us live. We wanted you to weigh in on what's happening inside the NFL. Of the 32 teams in the NFL right now, 4 of them are dealing with positive coronavirus tests, and because of that, 9 more teams are having their seasons reshuffled. So, Doc, we first want to know, how did this happen, and what can we learn from how it was handled?
So Tori and Jeff, I think there's some very important lessons to take away from what happened, and in my opinion, some major missteps that happened by the NFL. So the first was the decision to not have a bubble like the NBA and the NHL did. This was an active decision, and unfortunately, because of this decision, whatever's happening in the community is going to happen on the team. So as the cases are going up in the community, you're inevitably going to see those outbreaks in the teams, and you can't really separate the two. The second misstep, in my opinion, and lesson to be learned is an over-reliance on testing. So the Tennessee Titans, which have the most number of cases, their first positive test happened 2 Saturdays ago with their linebackers coach testing positive. Instead of shutting down the entire team and quarantining them for 14 days, which is what they should have done, they tested everybody else on the team. They tested negative, of course, because it takes a few days for that test to turn positive after exposure, and then decided to let them play. And then, of course, they're also doing things like not following the rules on the masks. They're letting fans into the stadiums, and they're only testing the staff twice a week, instead of testing them every day.
Wow. Interesting take.
The doc with the knowledge and talking football.
Yeah, the offensive linebacker coach comment. Huh?
You ruined it.
Yeah, you like that?
I was getting excited. It was totally ruined. Okay, back to normal. With 12 more weeks to go, what do you think will happen with the rest of the NFL season if infections, see what you did to me, Tori, continue to rise? Can football safely continue?
You know, I'm concerned about this. I really am, because if the decision was made not to create a bubble, then you have to be poised and ready to go the second that there's a single positive case and really shut down everything. And I think there's been a huge reluctance to do that. Just say, oh, the test is negative, so we can keep going. And I think this is going to bode not well for the season if we continue to do this. I also am very nervous about this concept of allowing the fans in like they're doing with the Miami Dolphins. So we have to see what happens, but I think we're not headed into a good place here.
Not good on the horizon from the doc. Well said. All right, there's another concept making headlines today.
Are you having the same conversation?
Yes, you're on the phone. Thousands of volunteers have signed up for a campaign called One Day Sooner, where they're intentionally exposing themselves to the coronavirus. Explain this, Doc.
So this is very interesting. When you have a vaccine trial, some people get placebo or nothing at all, and some people get the active vaccine, and then you wait for Mother Nature to expose them to the virus naturally and see if there's a difference. This takes a long time. So this is a concept of a challenge trial where you intentionally expose them to the virus. And remember, some of the people being exposed to this virus got a placebo vaccine, so they're not really protected. And the ethical question here, you guys, is whether or not this is the right thing to do, because we don't have a treatment for coronavirus. But I have to say, the people that are signing up for this trial are very noble, but it does concern me because there's a financial incentive to sign up for this trial that we may be getting some of the more disadvantaged members of our society.
What do you learn in D.C.? 3 words, Jeffrey. Dr. Coney, follow the money.
And listen, the NFL as well.
And the NFL. Totally good point, actually. Very good point. Thank you so much, Doctor. We'll be right back.
Promotional consent.
Visit goodtogo.com. It's fast, cheap, and easy.
I grew up using talcum powder in my beauty routine, and I also used it on my children, but never imagined that something so widely used could be unsafe. Only later did we learn that these products may contain asbestos. If you've recently been diagnosed with mesothelioma or ovarian cancer due to asbestos exposure, you may be entitled to financial compensation. You don't have to go at this alone. Banner Legal.
Welcome back to DBL. Check out this crazy video out of Florida. It shows a boat spinning out of control after the passenger somehow fell overboard during a photo shoot. They had to dive underwater several times to avoid getting hit by this boat. Oh my Lord. Eventually the boat hit the dock, went airborne before hitting another dock, coming to a stop. No one was seriously hurt except for sitting on the dock of that bay.
Wow. There's nowhere to go but up, Tori. It's Monday. All you can do is go up from here.
Is Al frozen or just mad?
I think he's mad, like the rest of America.
I'm mad. Okay. I had that joke planned. I'm like, it's going to go over smooth sailing. What do you think about the motorboat, Jeff?
I think Florida should secede from the union and make that international waters and just call it a day.
Oh, boy.
That's what I think.
Controversy at the very end. All right. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. We love you, Florida.